What's up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire of Assets. Haven't heard from me in a little bit. Long time no see. Last week, my fiance and I got a brand new 8-week-old puppy. He has been taking up a ton of my YouTube time, so that is why I haven't been posted. But still been super involved in cards, watching the market, looking at stuff that I want to pick up. Just bought a huge local collection of Pokemon. I put a little sneak peek over on my Instagram. It definitely has a ton of value, and I paid an unbelievable price for it. There will be a whole video on that coming hopefully this week. We will see how everything goes. But today I want to talk about celebrations and the card that I think will do the best in the set, and then some prices, and I'm going to try and convince you why the card I like is the best one. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Obviously, Celebration's been out about a week now, a little over a week actually. Prices have come down quite a bit. The Charizard at one point was selling for $140. I think I just saw one that sold for like $80. I would guess it's probably right around that $100 mark. But my thoughts on Celebrations as an investment, I think sealed's probably fine. I don't like the single cards personally. Why would I buy a remake of an old card with an ugly ass stamp on it when I could just go buy the old card? When those Charizards were selling for $140, I just looked, and you can buy an actual base set Charizard, like a real one from 1999, for about $50 more. For $200 you can pick up a decent base set Charizard. Obviously, if it's graded really high, it's going to be more than that, but it just seems like the original Charizard is always going to outpace the Celebrations Charizard. I know Evolution's a PSA 10 of the reverse holo. Their printing was so bad. They're super rare, and those are really expensive, but it just seems silly to me. I would rather have the base one. And in pretty much all of these cards, a lot of them aren't even that expensive. The prime cards are the Garchomp level VC card or whatever, Luxray level X, not level V, it's Garchomp C level X, the Mew EX, that's going to be an expensive card, but you can buy beat up copies pretty cheap. The Umbreon Gold Star, obviously super high demand card, very expensive, but I'd rather have an original than I would have the one with the stamp on it. These are just replicas, they're reprints basically. I don't see the big demand behind them. There's some cool stuff, but the thing I was really excited about for when I saw Celebrations was the remake of the old style cards with new Pokemon. This seems a lot more creative to me, and it's a lot cooler. There's a lot of cards that I grew up with as a kid that I really like, that I would love to see new Pokemon in that style of art, not in the ridiculously new, super flashy, high gloss GX style, VMAX style. Now I like the alternate arts. I think they're coming around to being less absolutely over the top, but I just don't like the new cards as much. I like the old cards, but I'd love to see some of my new favorite Pokemon like Dragapult, which he did get an old card in this set, but they made all of them promo cards. Light Toxtricity is a promo card. You have the Dragapult in the Prime variation is a promo card. They made all of the cool cards that I was really excited about promos, which was kind of disappointing to me. But that brings us to the card that I think is a great investment in the set, and then I do have a little bit of data, but that card is the Greninja Gold Star card. It comes sealed in every Elite Trainer box. So, pretty popular card, a guaranteed pull, but if we break down the numbers, I think it's not maybe quite as common as you would think, or the other cards are just more common. So if we look at the numbers, I do have a whole breakdown here of pack odds. This was posted by Twice Baked Jake on his YouTube channel. Definitely would recommend checking it out. It has all of the odds. It was pulled out of 778 packs. Obviously, a bigger data sample would be better, but it does give us a rough idea. So for the Greninja Gold Star card, it's going to come with 10 packs because it's not a pull card, but every time you buy one, it comes in an Elite Trainer box that either has 10 packs, or if you get the Pokemon Center one, it has 13 packs. So I'm going to say that the odds of the Greninja card, they're not really odds, but what you get with them is 11 packs. It's closer to 10 because they probably make more of the normal ones, but we'll bump it up just a notch due to the Pokemon Center exclusive ones having that little extra. So the rate of the Charizard is 1 out of every 11, or of the Charizard, the rate of the Greninja is 1 out of every 11 packs. So right off the bat, I see that the most common card out of the special set, I don't know what they picked here. It's not all of the 58 cards in the set, but it must just be some of the bigger hits or whatever. But the full art Pikachu, this is a neat card. Again, something different. We didn't see this card originally, so this one gets the pass in my book. Still got the ugly stamp on it, but what can you do about that? Falls every 1 out of every 8.3 packs, which means it is actually more common than the Greninja Gold Star card, which I think is an interesting kind of thing that many people don't think about. You also have like the Zacian V card, which is 1 out of every 12 packs. So right on pace just about with the Greninja Gold Star. Now the card I really wanted to highlight here was the Charizard. So the Charizard falls 1 out of every 97 packs. And it sells for $140. So if we do the breakdown that we have, our Greninja is 1 out of every 11, and the Charizard is 1 out of every 97.3, we find out that the Charizard is about 9 times more rare, obviously, than the Greninja Gold Star card. So that means, in a perfect world, the price would be 9 times that of the Greninja. So if we look at Greninja pricing, the cheapest one I found on eBay, just doing a really quick scroll, was $8.50 OBO. You could probably snag those for like $8. I'm going to set a price target pretty aggressive at $5 though. I think if you went on Facebook and bought a bunch in bulk, you looked on maybe Craigslist, or you went to local card shows, I think you pretty easily secure these cards for $5 a piece. And they might be on their way down, so you might be able to even easily get them for $5 a piece. Or if you bought a big bulk lot on eBay, $5 a piece is my target for these cards. So if we do $5 a piece times 9 times more rare, the Charizard should be worth $45. Charizard's worth $145. Obviously, you can see the pricing is a little skewed on that, and it either means that the Charizard's too expensive or the Greninja is too cheap. Now, these odds aren't perfect. Obviously, I know the Greninja is a guaranteed pull. I know the Charizard's not a guaranteed pull, but I think we can use this math to kind of get a good idea of why the Greninja is undervalued. Looking at another more rare card is the Umbreon Gold Star. This is like the number 2 most expensive card, and it is about 1 out of every 111 packs is when they pulled it, worth about $80. So if we do 111 divided by 11, we're going to get it's about 10.1 times more rare than the Greninja. So if we do times 5 for our pricing, should be worth about $50. It's worth about 80, so quite a bit higher still. This is kind of why I think the Greninja is underpriced. I think people think that maybe these celebrations cards are more rare than what they really are, and that the Greninja is just everywhere. All these cards are going to be everywhere. And then that takes me to my other point. This was just based off the Elite Trainer boxes. I didn't cover all of the other ways to get celebrations packs. And when they reprint this thing 3, 4, 5 times, they're probably not going to be as likely to print the Elite Trainer boxes. They for sure probably aren't going to print the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. If they do, that would be a huge shakeup in the whole industry and the Pokemon community, I guess. But even if they do, they'll probably print a small number of Elite Trainer boxes, but they're way more likely to reprint all of these other Lance's Charizard V, all these other promotional packs, and not the Elite Trainer box, because then they have to print the sleeves, the dice, the damage counters, the promo card. There's a lot more that comes with it, so they probably aren't as likely to do that, which would take the odds of our Greninja, or the per pack that you get with the Greninja, much, much, much higher. I would say maybe 1 out of every 20 packs. I don't know if that seems reasonable, but with all the product floating around out there, I'd say it's probably not too far off, even if you did 1 out of every 15, which is only going to push the numbers more in favor of the Greninja Gold Star, which is why I like it so much. And then, like I said before, it's a combination of the cool new Pokemon. If you look up some polls, Greninja seems to be by far the most popular Pokemon among younger people. Obviously, if you ask people my age, they're going to say probably Charizard, because everybody knows Charizard. He's got the eye appeal. By far the most popular, iconic Pokemon card ever. First edition one sold for over $400,000 last year. It's an incredible card, incredible Pokemon. Charizard, does a ton for the game. Also Pikachu. But among younger people, Greninja is hugely popular. He's a frog. He's a ninja. He wears his tongue as a scarf. It's kind of crazy, but super popular. I like him. And I didn't even grow up with him. I just think it's kind of neat, and he is really popular. So that you combine that with Gold Star cards, one of the most iconic, probably most expensive sets of cards of all time. If you wanted to collect them all, it would be incredibly cost prohibitive. PSA 10s of Gold Stars are some of the most expensive cards in the hobby, and you're combining these, and it's not a card that already exists. It's a brand new card that I think a ton of people are going to want going forward. I think it's going to have incredibly high demand, much more than some reprinted Charizard with a stamp on it. Just my opinion. I love this card as an investment. I will buy every copy I see for $5 for probably the next couple of years. I love Greninja. I did really well buying Rainbow Greninjas, the Rainbow Greninja GX card. It's a beautiful card. I sent a bunch to like 7 or 8 to PSA. Still waiting on those to come back from November of last year. Who knows when they'll get here, maybe by Christmas. Nice little Christmas surprise. But I really like the cards. I think Greninja is underrated. I think he's undervalued, and I think this is another example of that. I think this is a fantastic opportunity. But that is the end of my rant. Maybe consider this card before you go, or consider any of the cards, the Light Toxtricity, the Dragapult, the Lance's Charizard V. I think that one's probably undervalued compared to this Charizard. It's got Lance on the card, which trainers are becoming more popular. It's a cool card. Just don't buy stuff that has stamps on it that's already been made. I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't understand why they're so expensive. Just my opinion. Go out and buy the real thing, or buy these other cool cards. That's all I got for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think about this whole argument? Do you think the Greninja Gold Star is a good buy? Do you think there's too many of them? Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button. I promise I will have way more videos coming out. Puppy is getting better every day, so that should give me more time to get these recorded and edited and uploaded for you guys. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.